All right, all right, all right, all right. How are we doing this fine 1 minute afternoon? Hey, you guys let me know how it sounds. I got the little air conditioner on in here, but I can turn it off if it's too loud or if it's annoying or anything. So let me know if you guys hear that or not. Usually when I record it doesn't pick it up, but I don't know when I'm live if it's going to make a difference. Daniel, James, Meadow, how you guys doing? Good to see you, huh? So, what we do? Get 5 minutes? Thank you, Cuban. Hey, Bill. What did we do? Get 5 minutes of hockey, 10 minutes of hockey last night? Hey, Jackson. It's all Jackson's fault. The reason why we did not get a rant last night is Jackson's fault. Because Jackson was the one that told me to go get the rally cap. I had forgotten because I was not in my right state of mind because Kyle wasn't around. And as soon as I put that scarf in my hand and turned around, before I could even sit down, they scored the game and tied it. And of course, we got another one. Sabrina, Rick, iDog, JC, how you doing? 2 points is better. Yeah. It's just these guys are really going to get the wrong idea about how little we can play during a game and still get 2 points. Somebody said in the chat last night, it's like that's the only way that teams can really beat us is if they score at the last possible second. We don't have more than a minute to come back and win the game, right? Bill wants to know how I like the first line in Tarasenko's last night. I want Tarasenko to get a contract. So you sign Reinhart, you move Spencer Knight, you let Brandon Montour go, you sign OEL to replace Montour, and you sign Tarasenko to a 2-year, $3.5 million per contract. That's what I would do. You know, if Bill doesn't do it, I guess I'll have to make a video making that suggestion. Cody says, I almost turned off the game. No, I don't want to try out experimental AI features. No thanks right now. Leave me alone. You almost turned off the game, Cody. It was kind of depressing. I mean, I 924, for whatever reason, that number sticks out in my head because that was the first time I realized we were under 10 minutes. And like, there's 924 left in this game, and we were showing no signs of life. And by 6:47, we had to hold the lead. It's crazy, man. When they turn it on, whatever switch that is that they have, and they turn it on, it's almost automatic. Jackson says, keep threatening rants. It makes the Panthers play better. The room is definitely bugged, right? Avery says, almost turned off the game in the second period. It was a little bit, queasy, a little bit queasy. That's the thing. Yeah. Metal says, glad coach acknowledged the below par play the first 2 periods. Maybe we'll play a full 60 in Carolina. I really only think we need to play like a full 20. Because if we ever played a full 20, we have a 4-0 lead and then just shut it down the rest of the way. Yeah, Cuban's right too. Cuban's right as well. We won because of his positive energy. No doubt. It all helps. James says there were 2 breakaways we had where Dallas didn't get called for holding and hooking. The refs were awful last night, both ways, by the way. I'm not complaining. Last night must have been a very difficult game to play if you're the players because some of the ticky-tack stuff they were just letting go, and then out of nowhere they'd call a bunch of them in a row. So it's like you couldn't tell as a player. It's like, what are we doing? Are you letting us play? Are you calling it tight? Make up your mind. And it worked in our favor at the end. But yeah, there were a couple of times when I thought we should have had some penalties our way. But I mean, it kind of evened out, but it evened out with us getting our power plays at the end, and you saw what happened. Meadow says shutting it down after a lead is playing a full 60 in your opinion. Yeah, there's 2 versions, right? First, we outscore them, and then we shut it, just like the Lightning used to do. It's what the Lightning would do. Very similar to what we've been doing. Oh, it's 2-0. Remember, if it was 2-0 against Vasilevsky, just forget about it. You may as well stop skating and conserve your energy for the next game because Vasilevsky wasn't going to give up 3. It wasn't going to happen. And Bob is approaching that level of just, I mean, some of the saves he made last night, I still got to get my eyes checked after last night. I don't know if my TV glitched. I'm not kidding. I know I was inebriated, but still, he was at one post, nothing, and then he was at the other post, and I didn't see him move. Avery says it almost seems like the refs were for the Stars the first 2 periods. It was odd. It was odd. But hey, look, we won. Yeah, I agree with Bill. He says Bob saved us. Bob should win the Vezina. I 100% agree. We should have Barkov with the Selke. We should have Bob with the Vezina. And what is it? The GM of the year is that the Masterson? What is it called? But he should win GM of the year. Stolarz for Vezina. Yeah, can a duo get the Vezina? Watch Stolarz and Bobrovsky split the Vezina vote and somebody else wins. Hey, Rosato, how you doing? Craig says Bob is a Jedi. I wouldn't even lie about that. You know what I mean? You're not wrong. Chicken says the power play unit turned on the Jets for 3 minutes yesterday. Yeah, that's what we got. We had 5 minutes, basically, right? Cody up above says, do you think the players are trying to take the foot slightly off the gas to save energy and injuries for the playoffs? Cody, that's an interesting question because I talk at length about that in today's members podcast. I do believe that's what they're doing, but I don't think that before their games, they're coming together and saying, so let's just take it easy today. I don't think they're really verbally, consciously putting that together. I just think that they are aware that the pace that they had to play in last year to make the playoffs, all that mental energy that they expended in February, March, April, that ended up costing them in the finals. They were just empty in every possible way. And so I think they're doing the smart thing now, which is wherever they can conserve energy, they're going to conserve energy. I don't think it's something that they necessarily are really doing strategically, like, okay, like stop playing. But yeah, I think mainly that's what's happening. And I have no problem with it. I have no problem with it. Bust your ass those 3 rounds in the finals, save some. RC wants to know if I think the power play unit can show up in the playoffs this year. Then we have a better shot of making it back to the finals and then finishing the job. I do believe they can. The puck movement is so much faster now. The puck movement with this team is so much better and so much faster now. So I don't think this will be a situation like in the past where the power play just disappears. As long as Maurice just leaves it and everybody stays healthy. Yeah, Chicken says our power play unit this year resembles Boston from last year. Relentless. You really don't want to give up a penalty to the Cats. If we're behind and you give us a penalty, I got to look at those stats and see how many of our power play goals have come when we've been from behind. Hey, Paul, how you doing, bud? Cardiac cat. You're not kidding about that. James says Shesterkin just had back-to-back shutouts. Who'd they play? Yeah, I mean, Shesterkin's no joke, right? He's done that before, too. Rosado says, I thought the coach didn't give an F about the power play. I mean, he's lying. He's lying. He's just saying that so that when we weren't doing good, he didn't want to put too much pressure on the guys. I mean, I understand what he's saying. He feels like we can win games 5-on-5, and he's not wrong. But at the same point, if we need to come from behind, our power play is clutch. Carolina and St. Louis. Okay. Well, Carolina's, well, hey, look. The Rangers are going to be no joke to deal with either, right? You know, Craig says other teams know what the PP does, but they still can't stop the bumper play. It's the same thing as when it was Stamkos to Kucherov to point. If the puck movement is that quick, what Tkachuk and Kucherov bring, using the Tkachuk example, or even if it's Barkov behind the net, our guys are so skilled that the goalie cannot cheat the bumper player. Because if Chucky in his spot behind the net, if he catches that the goalie has even got one eyeball on Reinhart, Chucky's just going to shove it. He's just going to, wrap it around and put it in the net himself. So it's just a product. You've got to have guys at all the spots that can put the puck in the back of the net. You can't just have a guy on the power play whose job is only puck movement. Everybody has to be able to shoot the puck. Paul's got something, says, after seeing Okposo play, I'm not sure the reasoning behind acquiring him. He's not bad, but he just doesn't seem to fit with the team. I would have rather gotten some reinforcements. And then Dietrich says, too early to judge Okposo, give him time to adapt. Again, I speak about that today in the members, in the members podcast. I'm willing to give Okposo some time. Now, in space, in the zone, when everybody's already in the zone and they're trying to cycle the puck and keep it in and distribute the puck, I think he's excellent. But in terms of playing the speed game that like Lundell and Luosterainen, where you're running and you're running into the corners and you're battling for the puck, there was multiple times last night when he was like 2 or 3 strides slow. It kind of looked like Yager trying to catch Huberdeau and Barkov back in the day. Now, the plan was really never Okposo on that third line. And to be honest with you, from what I saw, I don't know why you would put him on the ice over our normal fourth line with Lomberg, Stenlund, and Cousins. So I believe we'll see that maybe Okposo's only job is to come in and play solid when somebody gets hurt. And in that regard, I'm okay with it. But if Rodriguez is going to be out another game, to be honest with you, I think we'd be better served with Lomberg up there with Lundell and Luosterainen, and then put Gadjevich in Lomberg's spot. Because I'm not, Okposo is he's slow. He's got all the other skills still fully intact. But if he's got to chase, it's a problem. Now, he gives 1,000% effort. I'll give him that. So I'm willing to give it some time to see if he makes adjustments to his positioning so that instead of being 3 strides behind, he's only 1 stride behind. I'm willing to give that some time and see. He may not have expected those guys to be moving that fast, right? So I'm willing to give him some time and see. But in terms of keeping the puck in at the line and making some passes, I liked what I saw from him. Paul, to the second part of your comment about defense, you and I agree there. I would have liked to, you guys know, I thought we were going to get one veteran defenseman. I'm a little queasy about Josh Mahura being the first guy off the bench. So, but it is what it is. All right, I missed a couple comments. Let me try to get back to it. iDog says, do we have an update on Ekblad and Rodriguez? Ekblad is at least 2 weeks. 2 weeks, maybe a little bit more, because Maurice doesn't want to bring him back until he's 100% ready to go with no issues. But he'll be fine. Rodriguez was kind of a game-time decision yesterday, so there's nothing broken. So maybe he misses one more game. Maybe he's in. Again, there's no need to rush any of those guys back and send Rodriguez out there sore or anything like that. Let him heal. But there's nothing broken, so we're good to go there. Yeah, Bubba says Tarasenko plays defense. He's going to be legit after playing 15 or so games with Barkov and Reinhart. I want Tarasenko back next year. Man. We got to find a way to do that. Meadow says, I'd rather have Gadjevich on the fourth line than Cousins. A better fit, in your opinion. He started getting good after some physicality from Lomberg. That may have come sooner with Gadjevic's style. It's kind of a, I wish we could play with 13 forwards. How about we just take Josh Mahura off and we put Gadjevich in instead of how they play 11-7, let's play 13-5. And then we'll just put Gadjevich in Mahura's spot. I'm halfway kidding. Only halfway. Hey, if defensemen can go play forward, why can't we have a forward that goes and plays defenseman? Because the reason why is that I love Gadjevich on the ice. He brings an element, but I'm a little bit queasy about the chemistry and just completely removing Nick Cousins from the lineup. It's hard, but it's good problems to have. And if we make it as far as we hope we're going to make it in the postseason, everybody's going to have to play. James says, I think Mahura will be fine. I'd like to see him play more with Kulikov instead of Balinskis. Give him that time. Same with Okposo. I mean, Mahura played with Balinskis. It wasn't good. Mahura's got to calm down. He is starting to remind me, not as bad as Mike Matheson, but he's just doing too much. I mean, every time the camera's on Mahura, he is just like it's like an all skate back at the Sunshine Skateway on a Saturday afternoon. Like he's got some girls on the stands he's trying to impress. The dude won't just stand still and play defense. He's constantly moving, and he moves so fast, he skates himself out of position. He needs to take a chill pill a little bit. Let go, lay off the Adderall before the games or something. He's too wound up when he gets on the ice. And I get it. He hasn't played a lot. He's a young player. He's trying to make an impression. But Kulikov is not Radko Gudas. I love Kulikov, but he ain't Radko Gudas. Mahura needs to just settle down, get your ass behind the blue line, and stay back there and get in a position. And stop getting skated around. Bubba says, I would 100% resign Tarasenko. Yep. Jesse trying to trigger me with a Lundell trade. Lewis, yeah, can we just start the playoffs now? I agree. Boulevard says, Vladdy resigning would be way better than resigning Giroux. Good thing the Panthers failed in resigning him, so he's Ottawa's problem. Yeah, look, I say it again. I mean, Tarasenko took 5 from Ottawa. He would take 3 or 3.5 from us, no doubt. All we got to do is find the money. Jeff says, how do this many people have time at noon to watch a Jaws live chat? They feel bad for me, Jeff. They don't. Some of these guys, they're in school, they're in college. Rosado jumps on in between classes. Yeah, see what I mean? Chicken's in chemistry class. I know Bob's in class right now. I think Rosado's in class. So the question is, how do these kids get their cell phones into school? Imagine that. We weren't allowed to have chewing gum, and y'all allowed to carry around smartphones. And you think you had a hard time in life, okay? We get caught with chewing gum. We get detention. You guys, smartphones, you could watch whatever the hell you want all day long. I don't know what you guys do at school. Jackson says it's in between classes. Sean's at work. Yeah, it's odd. I'm at work too, right? Yeah, Sean says, good afternoon. The NHL got put on notice yesterday. Down 3, no problem. Up a goal, no problem. I know. They're going to get cocky is what they're going to get. I mean, they just keep finding new ways to win games that they really shouldn't win, right? I mean, let's be honest. Dallas is a good team. Technically, we should not be coming back down 2 with under 10 to go against Dallas on the road with 2 injuries. Dallas should be able to clamp that down. But we had a Vegas fan in the chat early on in the game when it was 3-1 at that point, and he said, "Don't worry, Dallas will find a way to choke it up." And he was right. He was right. James says, "Good point about Mahura, but he's at least he's faster than Ekblad, maybe too fast." I think that's the problem. He just, oh, look at this. Look at this. Look at this. I got a surprise for y'all. Let me get to the bottom of the comments. Hey,
Hello.
how you doing, kiddo?
I'm doing all right.
All right, I'll be back in about 45 minutes, okay?
No. Nice try. Oh, I am so sore from the gym.
Did you already go this morning or was that yesterday?
That was yesterday.
Okay, well, plus the swimming too, right?
Yeah, I did half an hour of swimming afterwards.
Oh, jeez. How come I don't get to just go to the gym and float in the pool? I'm down here killing myself with a chainsaw, and you're floating away with a margarita. I'm confused, right?
Not to mention I'm the one who's getting to hang out with Uncle Gene.
That's okay. That's all right. He's I love Uncle Gene, but if you spend enough time with Uncle Gene, you're gonna get exhausted really quick. He got a lot of energy. He's got too much energy for me sometimes.
Yeah. Well, tomorrow night, I am gonna be going over to Uncle Gene's again.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. What are you doing hanging out with Grandpa? Make sure you get some Grandpa time because you know spring chicken.
Well, earlier tomorrow we're going to the Brevard Zoo on Thursday.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah. So
All right. That's good. That's good.
yeah.
Make sure yeah. And then you get with your sister next week, right? To go to SeaWorld.
Yeah.
All right. I expect bikini pictures. All right. I'm locked away in my prison here with the dogs. I can't get to where there's any bikinis for at least another 5 years. So yeah, do that. I say, especially send them to brother Gene. He really needs them.
So what a game last night.
I know, right? Now you
Yeah.
guys you didn't have the stream on, right? Because we were ahead of you.
Yeah, we did not have the stream on.
Yeah. So I'm going to put out a clip. I had forgotten the rally cap, and when it was 3-1, Jackson reminded me in the chat. He says, "Hey, the rally cap." So I looked behind me, and there was one scarf on the couch behind me, and I walked over. And as soon as I picked up the scarf and turned around to the TV, we scored a goal. So I'm waving the scarf like Verhage in overtime. Hey, Jesse. Thank you, Jesse. Much appreciated. Thank you, Jesse.
Thank you.
Says Lundell Knight, and a first for Tippett would be a steal to have a player like Tippett. If only we could ever draft a guy like Owen Tippett. You're right. We'd be in good shape. Thank you, Jesse. Much appreciated. So go ahead, Kyle.
So well, this morning I looked on Twitter, and in the For You feeds there was a Dallas Stars hockey fan who he tweeted out at some point last night that the Panthers were getting a healthy dose of "you're not the best team in the league." And as you can imagine, his comments are filled with doubt and him saying he was hacked.
He was hacked. That figures.
He probably tweeted that when we were losing 3-0.
Hey, look, it was bad. It was bad. We can't lie about that. They continue to take the amount of time that they play well during the game and shrink it. So now we're down to being able to play a good 5 minutes.
Yeah.
And eventually they're going to try to win a game, with just playing a good 1 minute.
Well, I don't think we can get away with that against the Hurricanes, though.
No, you're probably right there. Look, Dallas is a good team, but
Yeah.
you have to be able to finish, and we got some penalties towards the end of the game. It helped us out. I mean, they were penalties. It wasn't like they were gifts.
Yeah.
And when those guys are moving that puck around, man, it's just deadly. It's just deadly. So I don't want to keep you for too long because I know you're on. What are you doing today? And then we'll let you go.
Well, today it's very simple. I am going to I'm going to shop at Walmart for my new shoes
Right.
and a couple other things that I might want. And then I may or may not get to earn a Nixon today.
Okay.
It was a possibility. More than anything, I'm debating whether I'm going for a nap when I get home.
Yeah. Yeah. I tried to take a nap earlier. I got 10 minutes in. And iDog says you need to get a public sub, but I know what Kyle is going to retort with that. Kyle's going to say, to hell with Publix. He wants tropical smoothie.
Oh yeah, that's one thing.
Right.
Also, I am not sure if the Publixes around here even have the Panther sub
Oh, that's a
because
good point.
all of the Publixes they carry Tampa Bay Lightning merchandise.
What?
Well, that's what
What?
the grandparents said,
Hold on a second.
that it's
I have to take
lightning
a breath. I will stop. I have to take a breath now. What?
because it's Melbourne. And I believe the grandparents said that they have Tampa Bay Lightning stuff, not Panthers.
Oh my God. They did the same thing. They tried to make Melbourne a Jaguars country. They always showed the Dolphin games. And then when Jacksonville came in, they don't show the Dolphin games anymore. They show Jacksonville. They try to force that shit down people's throat. And I mean, I get that Tampa, I get that it's closer, but there's way more. I mean, it's not like it's a big hockey town. But there's not a lot of people on the from the West Coast. And the people in Melbourne are generally speaking, a lot of them were people that moved up from Miami, West Palm because they wanted to get away from, how crowded it was, Paul, no, my parents live in they live in Melbourne. My parents live in Melbourne. I used to live in Melbourne along the Space Coast. That's where the kids grew up and everything. So my
Yeah,
parents moved up there. Go ahead, Kyle.
yeah. I was just saying, yeah. I grew up in Palm Bay, and there was a year I spent in Malabar. I
Yeah,
basically the Space Coast is my haunting grounds.
yeah, right. Yeah. So are you going to get a chance to go boogie boarding, or is the water still too cold?
um, we're I'm figuring that out. The grandparents still have the boogie boards.
Okay.
Um,
Yeah,
they,
yeah. I mean, was it March? You should be okay. There shouldn't be too many sharks.
yeah. Well, I've got a busy rest of the week
Yeah.
because today I have to basically buy new shoes and recuperate from the all
Oh, you
the
poor thing.
weightlifting and bench pressing.
Don't
After
worry. I'll save the rest of the chainsaw work for you, just so that you have a way to wind down from vacation.
uh, nice.
Yeah.
And then Thursday I'm going to the Brevard Zoo, and then Friday is putt putt golf in Canaveral, and
Jeez.
Saturday is the
The game.
Panthers.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're gonna need to take a nap.
Yeah.
You're gonna need. You're gonna, all right, kiddo.
Yeah.
No, I don't want to keep you too long because I know you're probably getting ready to do something. So, all right. So, are you going to do the Thursday night thing again?
Um. Yeah. I am going to be over at brother Gene's house again. I
Okay.
will. show up during the intermissions. And
Okay.
oh, Sean, it's so rough. I get to chillax in my grandparents' house in
Yeah, my
Florida.
my parents have a nice. It's not a huge house, but they have a nice house. They got a pool with the screened-in patio and the whole deal. And Kyle has the whole back half of the house to himself, his own private bathroom and all of that. So
Yeah.
you know, I can't ever threaten him to sending him to live with his grandparents because he'd be like, okay, because I'm sure grandma is doting on you hand and foot food wise, right?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not I'm not a complete slouch. I mean, I make my own lunch meat and cheese
Yeah,
sandwiches.
yeah, yeah. Yeah, tough life going from 26 to 76, no doubt about that. All right, kiddo, I'll let you go. Yeah, so have fun. I'm gonna when I'm done here, I'm gonna probably hang up upstairs a little bit and then get the pack and ship done. We didn't. It wasn't much. We had one person bought 5 bill heads and another person bought 6 photos. But it's just 2 orders, so it's no big deal. I had no problem yesterday. Um, they'll save the problem stuff for the weekend. You know what I mean? So
The
we're good for now. We're good for now. So, all right, kiddo. Enjoy the rest of your day. All right.
Thanks. You
Yep.
too, Dad.
Okay. All right.
Love you.
Love you.
Bye.
Okay. All right. Great white boogie board. Yeah. 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 That was our jam. Um, we would go. Kyle and I would go to the gym. There was a Health First gym. It was a huge gym. So 2 stories, the pool, the hot tubs, the sauna. We'd go to the gym and then we'd finish up there and we'd go to Tropical Smoothie and we'd gorge and then we'd hit to Melbourne Beach and we'd be in the water for about 2 hours boogie boarding and then yeah, we'd be pretty toasty. We'd be pretty toasty. Chicken, if I want to sell one more flag, if I have any, you gladly buy it. I've only got a few left. Let me see how many I have left because I wanted to save some for giveaways. The last game of the year, whenever that is, hopefully, you know, I don't want to jinx it. But I've only got a few left, and I need to keep a couple spares for myself, and then I need to I need to keep a few for giveaways at the end. Paul, yeah. Where you been, brother? Kyle's going to the game on Saturday. Yeah. All right, let me check on a couple of comments here that I missed. Yeah, and hey, true. He says it's like Marie's telling the boys, just let them get the lead and let's work on our comebacks. Yeah, I mean they just turn it on. They just turn it on. But the best thing, the best thing about it is that we're not, for the most part, like we're not having to exert physicality on the other teams. I mean, we're finishing our checks, but we're not playing anything near the level of rough hockey that we were playing last year at this point in time because we were chasing and so desperate for points. This team is so much better than then. So, yeah, Paul, he's with my brother Gene. My brother Gene lives in Melbourne too. Everybody's there but me. Well, my ex moved back, but Matthias here. But for a time being, everybody was there, but me. So all within like 10 minutes of each other, my parents, my daughter, and brother Gene. So brother Gene's going to take him to the game and then just come back that night because it's 2.5 hours. Nick says Okposo was just a floater. Yeah, we talked about that a little bit. We'll give him time. I'm willing to give him some time to. He's going to have to make some adjustments to his game because he's not fast. He's not fast. So he's going to have to either get back, take an extra step sooner, or He's going to have to make some kind of adjustment in his game so that he's not 3 strides behind when Lundell and Luosterainen go for the puck. Jeff says, Automatic says, for us old heads, isn't it weird to just watch a Panthers game and just expect to win? It's I don't know what to do with myself, to be honest with you. You guys know that. The channel was like 90% bitching and complaining. And now I can't even, we're down 3-0, and I can't even get one good rant in because we had to come back and ruin it. We just won't lose. We just keep winning. And yeah, look, it's all Bill Zito. All right, Otto. Thanks for coming, bud. James says, if we can have a slow Ekblad, I think we can work around a slow Okposo. Well, Ekblad adjusted his game, right? He talked about that in that interview that I saw before the preseason. He adjusted his game. He's not pinching the same way. He's playing a more conservative style. So we'll see if anybody can figure it out. Okposo will. He just might not have thought, he might have been surprised by just how fast these guys play at. Jackson says, don't worry, Jaws. I'll get my chance to rant. We're running out of time. I mean, at this point, oh, shit. Oh, that hurt. I'm okay. I'm not having a heart attack. Wrong arm. Whew. Boy, my arm is sore from the chainsaw, and I just moved it fast, and it cramped up. My forearm cramped. Yikes, that hurt. Let's see. RC says, is speed necessarily a huge factor in the playoffs when teams play tighter and not as much open ice? Okposo could bring calm presence needed, just playing devil's advocate. That's a good point. That's not, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. Like I said, once he's in the zone, in terms of keeping the puck in and everything like that, he does really well. So you might be right. You might be right, RC. That's a good point because there's not nearly as much speed going on in the playoffs. So maybe he don't look good so much right now, but you could have hit the nail on the head there. I'll give you credit for that. True, put some salt in the water. Yeah, I got salt. I got salt in my food. It's I just took my minerals before I came on too. Yeah, I have to watch it because I get there's a line with me. Not enough, I get the cramps. Just a little bit too much, and then boom, migraine. 2 days done, gone. Colin says Hall & Oates are the reason why we won. Well, that's better than what Rosado would say, right? Taunt says the culture shift has to be a shock too. That's another good point, Taunt. Yeah, that's a good point. No doubt there. Hey, Bubba, how you doing? iDog says Okposo is 10 years older than E2 and 13 years older than Lundell. Damn, he's almost as old as I am. Is he, 35 now? So he's still closer to their age than my age. Not by much, though. Yeah, RC, that was a good point, man. All right. I'm going to jump up here real quick. I got to go turn off that air conditioner. Now I'm freezing. So just bear with me. Give me 10 seconds. Or 15 because my legs hurt too. Oh. Stay there, buddy. Stay there. Stay. Okay. It's like an iceberg in here, Fluffy. Huh? It's either too hot or too cold. Okay. Oh, boy, am I hurting. It's actually might be a blessing in disguise that blade that the chain went dull on me after 45 minutes. Because I was in the groove. I was going to do all 2 hours worth, and that's about how much I have. And so it might be a blessing in disguise. I might not have been able to get up and move this morning if I did that second hour. I am. There's a big difference between doing your curls and there's a big difference between that and chainsaw and real manual labor. It is, the two are not equal. Taunt says, Reinhardt talked about the room was doom and gloom when he came from Buffalo, and when he got to the Panthers, it was fun and positive. Well, it's interesting though, because remember, Okposo was the captain too, so he kind of would be responsible for the room. So it'd be interesting to see the dynamic between the two. It's a good point. Nick says, so maybe if Okposo is still playing, I can have a shot at playing Waterboy. Hey, look, Yager's the same age as me, man. Right? When Yager was on the Panthers, we were the same age. And I was like, come on, man. I could have done that. Not really. I'm just a foot shorter or something like that. It's no big deal. Right? And he stole my hair. I had Yager's hair. I did. I don't have any pictures to prove it, but I did. I got a couple pictures. Anyway, James says the NHL still rates Montour over Forsling. Shows how underrated defensive defensemen are. Yeah, Forsling he's not going to become Cale Makar. He's never going to be noted as the best defenseman in the league. But I wouldn't want anybody else on that team. I wouldn't even trade Forsling for Makar just for the chemistry's sake. I'll do Knight and Ekblad for Makar in case Colorado's interested. Doubt it, right? Todd says, I hurt because the blade was dull. Well, yeah, that's a part. That definitely, no doubt, that had an effect. It's brand new in the box. Took it out, put the bar oil in, put the chain on, and I started cutting. I'm like, oh man, I knew it was dull, but I didn't think it would stop cutting at 45 minutes. Like I thought I could squeeze 2 hours out of it. It's brand new. How dull can it be? Pretty damn dull. And it's wet pine too. It's pine. So that was, I'm going to have to get a 3-pack of blades just so I can finish and be done. It's not like they're expensive. It just didn't dawn on me that I would need a second blade to cut 2 trees. Right? True says, try running a pole saw for 3 years, 5 days a week with no pay except good time. I'm good. I'm good. Me and the pole saw would never get along. No. I mean, just thinking about holding my shoulders. No thanks. James says, do people still want to trade Rodriguez? He's so versatile for only $3 million. It depends on James. It just depends on who's coming and who's staying and who's going. Like, we got Forsling, right? Okay. I mean, we have to sign Reinhardt. I don't really want to move on from Rodriguez. If we would have to move Rodriguez to sign Tarasenko, I would certainly consider it because you're going to get assets back for Rodriguez and you could put Samoskevich in that spot. So I would consider that as a possibility, but it's not something I want to do. But I like to see Tarasenko with a full year of Barkov and Reinhardt. Great White. It was electric. It was electric. I've got two gas ones. I have the worst luck. The problem with the gas stuff, though, is with my nausea and migraines, the fumes. I get so sick from the fumes. I get really, really bad migraines and headaches from the fumes. So I've tried a few times with the gas saw, and no, I got to go with the electric because I don't want to be sick for days, especially with Kyle gone. He's not here to, he's not here to take over the streams for me or anything. Paul says, "Hey, Jaws, I know you. I just remember we did pick up a demon. We did pick up a demon. We claimed that guy off of waivers from the Golden. What?" Yeah, no, I like Rodriguez, iDog. Don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong there. We'll talk about all that during the summer, right? Hopefully Zito just gets these contracts lined up one at a time and gives us less to talk about, right? Ton says, "Oh man, you're saying all the bad things, electric saw and the wet pine. How did I cut anything at all? I got constant. I got a good solution. I mean, I cleaned it up and everything. It still didn't cut. So I'm gonna just buy a cheap 3-pack and cut my way through the rest. The other tree is oak. I've got like 5 14-inch cuts on the pine tree. That's all I got left. And then an old dry oak. That'd be easy. Yeah, I know. I'm seeing that it's telling me I'm breaking up. Hold on. I should not be breaking up. Just bear with me. Yeah, I should not be having this problem. This is the computer giving me a problem. Just bear with me. I still didn't come back, did I? My Google Chrome is crashing. That's what's happening. I'm gonna exit out and come back. Hold on. Oh, wait, it fixed it. It fixed it. Okay, I should be good now. I should be okay now. Switch over to OBS. I can't stand it. And there it goes again. It's the laptop. It's not the StreamYard or anything like that. It's still a little bit glitchy. It's my laptop. It restarted and I didn't there's a few behind the scene processes that will click on when it restarts. So Vincent, the problem with Firefox over Chrome is that Firefox with StreamYard does not give me the capability to share screen. So I can't share my web browser screen if I'm on Firefox, and it's jerking around with me again. Yeah, Firefox is not good. I'm gonna shut this down and be back in a second because I see what it is. I'm gonna shut the Google Chrome down and reboot it. I'll be back in less than 1 minute. What? All right. Hey, MJ. Thank you, MJ. Thank you, bud. Much appreciated, buddy. He says, Jaws, happy Wednesday. Sorry I missed last night's game. Amazing comeback. We are for real. Headlines, rest in peace, Eric Carmen. I know, also known as the all by myself guy. And the free agency moves have been crazy. No doubt about that. No, we're good. We should be good. We should be good now, MJ. Thank you, bud. It's called Chrome for a reason. Yeah, I haven't had any problems on this laptop. That's the first time it's done it. Remember the old laptop used to give me that problem all day long until I upgraded. This one is fine. It's just every once in a while. The only thing I have this laptop for is what I'm doing right now. This laptop doesn't move. So I do this and I record my videos on it. So it doesn't generally give me a problem. But if it reboots on its own, it'll restart all those background processes. And if I don't go in and end them all behind it before I start, sometimes the Chrome will do that to me. But we should be fine. We should be good now. So my apologies. Now you got 2 Jaws. I should only have 1. Hey, Rinketic. Oh, man. So what do we got? Let's look at the schedule here before we get ready to go. Who's texting me? Oh, okay. Let's get to the schedule and see what we got. Vincent says, I have a laptop in every room. I have this laptop. I have the laptop downstairs. I've got the Surface Pro. I've got the 2 eBay computers, and then we've got Karen stuff. It's not that I'm rich. I got credit. I got good credit. The rich got nothing to do with it. They'll let me. They'll give me a credit though. Paul, what I was saying is we picked up the defenseman on waivers from the Golden Shower. Yeah, he's not an option. He's a project. He's not even healthy now anyway. That's part of the reason why he got waived. He's on IR. He's a project for maybe, he could help us out next year as some depth or something. So we got the Canes tomorrow. Let's see what we got. We got the Hurricanes tomorrow and Saturday's the Lightning. Now, we play Saturday the 16th. Then we do not play again until Thursday the 21st, which is the Predators. And then we go on the road for the 23rd and 24th at the Rangers. No, excuse me. Yeah, at the Rangers and at the Flyers. Back to back as soon as Kyle comes home. So during that little bit of a break, the 21st to the 16th to the 21st, Matthias is going to be here on the 18th, so I'll have him come say hi. And I may try to stream another game so that we don't go 4 nights with nothing. It just depends on which games are when Matthias is here. I'm not going to stream when he's here because I want to get him fishing and everything like that. So we have no hockey 17, 18, 19, and 20th, but I'm gonna try to have a live stream. I'll try to live stream a game if we can, or if I can. Anyway. Hey, Savannah, thank you. I appreciate that. MJ says our remaining schedule isn't too bad, to be honest. I mean, we're going to have our say-so, right? We got to play the Flyers again, the Rangers, the Bruins, Islanders, Wings, Leafs, Canadians, Senators, Bruins. So we do play the Bruins 2 more times. We play the Leafs 2 more times. So we're going to have some say-so in who we play, right? Because if those Bruins games go one way and the Leaf games go the other way, we could find ourselves right back to playing the Leafs in the first round again. So we'll see how it goes. Stream the Avs. Well, I gotta look at the schedule. I can't do the night of the 18th because that's when Matthias is here. So it would probably be the 19th. So let me look and see what the March 19th NHL schedule is. And let's see if we can pick a game. I don't know what day of the week that is. Oh, geez. There you go. The Leafs play the Flyers on the 19th. The Leafs play the Flyers on the 19th. I think I'll be streaming that game. That'll be fun. Yeah, that'll be fun. Costa says, I predict the Tarasenko hat trick next game, 6-2 win for the Cats. I would agree with you, but I would be surprised if we could pull off 6-2 against the Canes. I want to see us play better against the Canes. I'm not going to lie about that because that's a definite possible matchup, right? MJ says, Jaws, speaking of the Bruins, we should be careful of the Bruins in the playoffs because they will want vengeance. Well, there's basically no scenario where we get them in the first round. They would have to drop to they're not going to drop far enough for us to play them. So the way it's laying out right now is that most likely if we win the first round, we would be playing the winner of the Boston-Toronto series. And to be honest with you, the way Boston has been playing in terms of just getting the overtime points, I think the Leafs might win that series. If I was going to put money on it, which I'm not, if I was going to bet who would be in that second round against us, I have a feeling the Leafs might beat the Bruins just I don't know why that would be, but James says, can we just be a wild card team so we can get ice? Yeah, get away ice advantage, right? No, I don't think we haven't clinched anything yet, but we'd have to lose a lot of games. We had to lose a lot of games, right? Ton says, "What? How are the Leafs going to win? Explain that to you." I don't have a hockey explanation for that. That's just my feeling. I just when teams historically teams that have made the playoffs because of the quote loser point, they tend to not do so good in the first round. That's mainly the only hockey reason. Other than that, I think the Leafs are going to be hungrier than the Bruins. That's all. I just think the Leafs would be hungrier than the Bruins. The Bruins got to kind of wonder what the hell's going on. Like, why would they have been trying to trade Olmark? It doesn't make any sense. The Bruins, it doesn't, I don't know. That's just my gut feeling. That's as much as I can say about it, really. Chicken says the Bruins haven't lost the Leafs in a long time. They swept the season series. I know. They lost it 2 times. I know. I said I didn't have a hockey reason for it. I only put so much into the regular season head to head that way. Sometimes it matters, sometimes it doesn't. But there were plenty of times we would beat the crap out of the Lightning and then think we were going to do good in the playoffs, and then no, right? I don't know. I just think come playoff time, I think with just all the pressure that Toronto's under and all of that, I just feel like they might be able to win that series. I could be wrong, right? Ton says the Leafs need to lose in the first round anyway. They're $16 million over the cap. Jeez, right? Bruins love to hate the Leafs. Yeah, but the Leafs players like playing golf, Rinketic. We'll see. That's the matchup anyway. I mean, barring something shocking, that's going to be the matchup. Chicken says trading Omar would have been the worst trade ever. Kills the team morale in the locker room, tears apart the goalie tandem, and then they're left with no goalie secured for next year. That's why I didn't understand it. They had the deal in place. Omar just nixed it because he's got a no-move clause. So I don't know that the players know that the management's all in. Why would you, if you're going for a cup run, if you're Boston and you're genuinely going for a cup run, like the Panthers, we could have traded guys and gotten a fortune, right? Instead of risking losing them for nothing. But we're trying to win a cup, so we don't do that, right? Hey, look, Ton, I'll tell you, I give the Leafs plenty of grief, but they did beat the Lightning, right? Okay, I mean, I know the Lightning were, beaten down and everything like that, right? But they did beat the Lightning, so they are capable in the playoffs. So, Ton says the Bruins want the easy first round so they can be rested for us, right? Well, just don't tell Raven, right? That was luck they beat the Lightning. I mean, they still beat them, though. You don't think it was luck we beat Boston? I talked about that on the podcast today, Ton. I mean, it's game 7, overtime. The puck went off the bare end of the knob of Bob's stick. You don't think the Panthers had luck, right? Come on, if you're a Boston fan, they got lucky, of course. So I'm just saying, luck, you ain't winning anything in the postseason if you don't have luck, right? The puck luck is half the battle in the postseason. John says we beat him with hard work and luck. I'll give you that one. The Leafs are only luck. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. Chicken says the Bruins aren't the powerhouse they were when we last played them. Excited to see the next 2 games against them. Right. Vincent says it's not luck, it's technique. I mean, Uh-oh, hold on a second. Fluffy, you okay? Hold on. Give me a second. Okay. You want to help out? Just give me a second. I'll be right back. Come on, bud. Come on. Go ahead. I'll be out here in a couple minutes, okay? Go. Go ahead. Go ahead. Okay, good boy. All right. Okay. Yeah, he's really sore. Let's see. Don't say lucky the Panthers will be accused of cheating again. James says we don't have Gudis to yell in the Leafs goalie's face, right? Right? What did Colin say? Yeah, Hall and Oates are the reason we won. Colin trying to make sure he never gets suspended or, banned. I guess Rosado had to go back to class, right? Ton says the Leafs are 4 skilled players and 19 players that can't beat Mikla in a one-on-one speed race or a hands battle. Yeah, no, you got to have the bounces. We all know it. We got to have the bounces, and we got them last night. So, all right, everybody, I got to run. I got to go take care of the dog. He's in need. He's struggling getting around today. We were at the river a long time yesterday. I overdid everybody. I had them at the river too much yesterday. I saw it too much yesterday. I broke everybody, right? Jane, yeah, it was no quit, and that's what it takes to win the Stanley Cup. Yep. All right, everybody. The podcast for members will be out in about an hour. I've already recorded it. I got to just upload it. We'll see. I don't know if I'm going to have anything else out today. I'm probably going to have a couple things out tomorrow, and then we'll be back. Kyle will be back with us tomorrow on the stream like we did last night. He's pregame, postgame, intermission, and everything like that. And, now we just got to get healthy, stay healthy. And, I'm going to have to say this another time because I know people are already starting to leave, but I'm going to be putting together something where I'm going to have everybody needs to, when you're ready, you do your final shave, and I want you to send me a picture of the final shave, and then we're going to have a video at the end of the cup run where we show how we looked when we did our final shave and how we looked with the playoff beard. So I'm gonna put together a video like that. So when I let you guys know, I'll have a place for you guys to send the photos, and then and that should be fun. That'll be a good time because I don't want to be the only one having the looking like the ridiculous beard that I got. It's just like I look like I got a fat face. All right, everybody. Appreciate all the support. I'll see you guys again real soon.